Grand Rising Loves. This is the altar spread for the collective today. And so, the sacred geometry that showed up for today is Merkaba. Merkaba is the joining of the downward pointing pyramid and the upward pointing pyramid. So, the downward pointing pyramid represents feminine energy. It's earth, water, the chalice, and the upward pointing pyramid represents masculine energy, air, fire, the sword. And so the two joining actually represent ether, all that is. It's complete balance, it's wholeness. And this is actually what we are meant to do, not only within ourselves, but as a consciousness, to become unified. Now, the Merkaba showing up as a sacred geometry for today is asking you to see that wholeness within yourself. The Merkaba is actually the vehicle to achieve that. You can imagine yourself suspended in the center of this, right? Where you're completely encased in this beautiful, beautiful Merkaba. And it will actually elevate you. Hello to you too. And so feel that within yourself. Are you feeling balanced? Do you embody both that super healed feminine and masculine energy and not favoring one over the other or favoring the toxic side of either of those things? Okay, so our masculine energy is the directive side of ourself. It's the action self. It is also the thinking self. So if you have a lot of critical self-dialogue happening in your intellect, or if you operate mainly from ego, that is toxic male energy. So that will actually draw in, hi Stephanie, draw in toxic male energy in your reality. Now, the female side is the receiving side, the nurturing side, the intuitive side, the psychic side of ourself. That is the feminine energy. So if you are portraying toxic feminine energy, this would be like the smothering love, where you are like needy, clingy, attached. That's toxic feminine energy. And so the point is to become so balanced that you're not needy, and the way that you love feels free. And it's all appreciative, accepting, and affectionate. That is healed balance. And so, how are you treating yourself? That's what's going to show up in your reality. Because we are only seeing what we are outside of ourselves. And so the mystical shaman brings the message, and I love these cards. I love the artwork in these cards. The mystical shaman brings the message of learning non-attachment. But it's non-attachment to everything, even the labels. So if someone asks you, who are you? Do you usually answer that question by what you do? Right? Labels. Who are you? Oh, I'm a mom. No, that's not who I am. Or do you think you're your body? So this is the non-attachment. I am not going to be attached to anything that is not really me. What is the real you? And so the mystical shaman asks you also today to really see yourself as a mystery. Ask yourself, who am I? Really, who am I? What am I? Because you're not your roles. You're not the roles you play. You're not your physical body. You're not your intellect, right? So the Merkaba is asking you to find that balance, but the mystical shaman is saying, let yourself be the enigma. Let yourself be a mystery. And when you start doing that, you really start to realize what isn't you is going to start to fall off. And you become more balanced in that deeper communion with self. It's the allowance, it's the appreciation, it's it really is like the deeper seeking. And so remember, these first two cards are the energy of today. This is for today, right? And so this is the tool to use, and that's topaz. And so these are topaz. Beautiful. And topaz talks about intention. And setting intention is really important, being clear, setting intention. Because a lot of times we make a request, but we're not walking the talk. We're just like, yeah, can I have this? And then you're not really embodying that which you're requesting. And you do have to walk the talk. And so when you don't walk the talk, but you make a request, the universe gets confused about how to deliver that. Oh, that's so cool, Danny. Your spidey senses are tingling. So Danny, I don't know if everyone else can see the comments, but Danny says she's actually holding her Merkaba. So that's really cool. And so when you make a request of the universe, like, I want this really is my desire, are you, one, in a state of doubt that you can have it? Two, are you actually embodying that yourself, right? And so you have to be very keen on this, because if there is any like on the fence about your requests, the universe is going to be like, what does she really want? Right? Wow, okay, maybe this. And it's going to keep sending you like, nah, that's not it. No, not that either. No. And you're going to keep having that. Like, what are you deeply longing for? And are you able to actually embody that so that you can draw it near? So that there's no confusion about it. And so I love that, because these two cards are asking you to get straight on that. This one's saying you really don't know who you are without the labels. So let yourself be a mystery, and then you'll know even deeper who you are. And so topaz will help you. Topaz is saying, let's get clear on who you are so we can set a clear intention. That way, everything that you really long for will show up. Because all of this like sending out misinformation is tough, right? So it's like going through a drive-through and saying, I ordered this. And you're just like, yeah, just order that. It's something really generalized. Give me a number 5. But you're not being really specific. Like, I don't really want tomatoes on that, right? So you have to be very specific. And Palhik Mana, the medicine of the butterfly Kachina, talks about parts of yourself dying so that you can transform into your best self. And really that can't happen until you start getting clear on all of that. Like, okay, this part of me can actually die. I'm releasing this part of me. Thank you, I've leveled up. I no longer need this part of myself. Now I can unfurl my wings and fly. That's the message of Palhik Mana. The butterfly Kachina talks about that transformation of metamorphosis, because the butterfly actually becomes completely liquefied in the chrysalis. I don't know if many of you know that. Like, it is indescribable what it is. It is the enigma. It's the mystery unto itself. And so that process cannot be forced. You have to completely become absolutely nothing to become your best self. So that's the message of today. And thank you all for giving me your time and your energy. I know that is your most valuable asset, and I so appreciate you gifting that to me. Thank you. I receive that. I love you. And I am sorry for any disharmony that I have created as source. Please forgive me. I bring that back to 0. Please forgive me. And thank you for the opportunity to do that. I love you. I love you. I love you.